and this is the podcast where we try to answer the question, can two creatives really break free from the 9-to-5 grind and find success in a more fulfilling creative life? So, this week, what are we talking about this week?
This week, we're going to be talking about time management, as well as some points around confidence, and that's going to be covering like just doing new things, but also being confident in yourself as well. And then once we've covered all of that side of kind of being creative, we're going to do a little section where we look specifically at what we're doing for Twitch at the moment. So the progress we'd made on last time, and then you are going to do like the stats and figures and the setup and all the things I don't quite understand. And then, is that it? Is that all?
That's it. We're going to keep it trim this week. I think that's our focus. So we'll start with that and see what comes up.
Okay.
So
that's good.
Let's dive right in. Time management. So this has been a pretty full-on 2 weeks for us. We've been trying to stream as much as we can, whilst also focusing on the other things we've got going, with 2 full-time jobs and another part-time job as well. It's been a lot. So it's really been hard to, not totally burn ourselves out while still trying to make progress. It's a fine line, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've struggled time management wise because see, when we're streaming, we're doing enjoyable things, like we really love it. We really love it, and we'd be playing games anyway, but we've been giving more time to it, and there's so much that goes around it of like setting up and getting ready for it, making all the overlays, making sure it works all okay, and then we've been like recording some of it for YouTube, and so we've got to like film all that and then edit all of that. And then there's all the social media marketing. And because I work in marketing for my day job, I do marketing 9 to 5 anyway. And then it's like all evening doing more marketing. And so it's been hard judging where to draw that line on, okay, we've done enough for today and we should just go and do something else. Even if that's just us playing games quietly, not on stream, and just kind of, like de-stressing and unwinding a bit, and it's even been including like when to break to go and eat and stuff, because you don't want to we've been trying to really optimize our time from the moment we wake up, and so it's been hard. It's hard to draw that line between like when you've done enough for the day. Like we're not at a point where we're like stressing over things and like overworking ourselves. That was like a very key part of us doing all this creative stuff, is that as soon as it began to be too much, we would take a step back and reevaluate. So we're not at that, but it's just like trying to get in that rhythm still, trying to like see what's working best in a routine, and that sort of thing, isn't it, really? Trying to find our footing with it.
Absolutely. I think we're doing all right so far. So far, so good. Like you said, we've maximised our time pretty well. We're quite efficient with when we've lined things up, scheduled things, prepared things in advance. And I think that's definitely a key part of it, because, like we said in the first episode, time is a big factor, and there's just not enough hours in the day as it is, so we don't want to be wasting them.
Yeah, and that's as much as like, I do my makeup before we stream, and when I meet you from work, often we'll want to go on to stream ASAP, because the later that we push it into the evening, the more like the viewers begin to drop off, like after the kind of 9 o'clock mark. So if you finish at 6, we have quite a small window to set everything up, get ready, eat dinner, and then do something for an hour, so that's been like, me on my lunch break at work doing my makeup, so that by the time you get home, that's 40 minutes of me stressing around done and out of the way. So it's been very much like just trying to optimize our time and be smart about where we can pick up bits of time, where we can streamline things, where we can push stuff up onto a next day and that sort of thing, isn't it?
Definitely. So planning, being efficient, very helpful.
I think that's the thing, like we're talking about time management, it's in a positive way. It's been hard, but I think we're doing well at it. I don't feel like horribly burnt out. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel like I've just done constant work all week. I feel good about it. It's just getting into the rhythm of it being, that way. Yeah.
Definitely. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Happy with that.
Yeah.
The other factor we want to talk about was confidence. So this has been a been a bit of a learning curve for us because neither of us are really the kind of people that do things like this, for example. So this just being here in front of this camera now is very much out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
And then there's obviously the stuff we've done on Twitch as well, which is very similar. Talking to strangers and ranting to what feels like just talking to yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's an odd feeling, isn't it? So there's definitely been out of our comfort zone there.
Yeah. I think we'll talk about imposter syndrome more in depth maybe next episode. But it does touch, over this a little bit, that there's confidence in doing something new. A part of the reason we hadn't started doing all of this sooner, whether like just following creative outlets, was largely due to confidence as well, like making excuses as to why we weren't doing it for whatever reason. And then there's also confidence, which is being in front of a camera, having to speak to people you don't know, making mistakes as well. We stream a lot of Final Fantasy 14, and it took me quite a bit of convincing to play it. Not because I didn't think it looked fun, but because I was worried at being bad at it, because I'm notoriously bad at video games. And, you introduced me to that game, and I didn't want to look silly in front of you, and we started dating.
Couldn't have
so I didn't want to make mistakes. And, nowadays, I am much better with that, but I still know that, with every single thing, there's always that person who is, no matter what you did, there's a flaw in it. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? There's always that person in literally everything in life. And so it's been hard to kind of shut that worry out a little bit. And, because when we play games, I have a really fun time, and I don't care that I mess up, when it's just me and you.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying not to care that when I make mistakes and it's streamed, I'm trying to switch my mindset to accept that it's just a funny, fine, okay moment, and it's nothing oh no, I've done something wrong, you know. And that's been quite hard. I didn't really take that into account. No,
you've definitely improved on that one though, because you had that funny death the other day. And you took that like a champ. That was really good.
Yeah, and even the guy commenting on it was well done. You, it's what he said, oh, not that fast, sweetheart. Yeah. I just got pushed off of the edge, or I didn't push. I walked off of the edge, just not paying attention. Don't know what I did. No reason for me to go off the edge.
Tried to dodge one thing and just walked off the platform instead.
Yeah.
And he just said, "What was it? Not that far, sweetie."
Yeah, that was it.
So that could have been quite off-putting for you, really, but you took it really well. And then he died, and you
he
just
died
joked
as well.
back, and it was really funny.
Yeah. I was trying to say concept, and I said mindset. I was trying to say something else and something else, but no, concept was the word I was trying to say. I didn't. My brain just totally went, no.
No.
That's another situation of making mistakes. Right, there is that I normally cannot handle making mistakes at all. Makes me feel very uncomfortable. Don't like it. Hate it. But it's kind of like exposure therapy. It's
It really is.
But there isn't time to dwell on it and let it sink in. It doesn't matter. Well done. I said a word wrong. What's going to come from it?
Exactly.
It's fine, So yeah, that's been a weird part of confidence. It's not only doing things that are out of our comfort zone, but also just being okay with being goofy us. Which is because we've had people say to us before that they thought that we would be very good at streaming and that sort of thing, being in front of camera, and I've always been no, that's disgusting. I'd rather do anything else. But actually when I kind of sit down and think about it, I go yeah, I can kind of see what they're saying. I get
they
the idea.
They had the right idea.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that was it was good when we watched the YouTubers Evan and Caitlin, because they are very, very similar to us.
They are,
and they take it in their stride, things that we're very comfortable being goofy about, me and you. They're just authentically themselves. I think that was quite a reassuring and nice thing, wasn't it? Really,
it was,
to watch them. So yeah,
definitely
a nice example.
Role models.
Yeah, they are. They're brilliant. If you haven't looked at them, go look at Evan and Caitlin on YouTube. They are 10 out of 10. Love them to bits.
Yep. Definitely inspiring.
Yes. Yes.
Oh dear. So I think that pretty much covers that bit, doesn't it? We've kind of talked through all that. So let's get the ball rolling onto the more specific stuff we've been doing recently. So Twitch, as we mentioned last time, we've been making quite a big push on that. I think yesterday was our 1 month proper anniversary, actually.
Yes.
So we've done 1 full month now. We did, I think, one stream just a couple of weeks before that. But
yeah,
that
it was
didn't
very
count.
much
That
to
was a
just make
test run.
sure things were working, and then that's when we had to pack all of our belongings up.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was very much a test practice run. So this has been the first month of like sitting down, doing it, making a plan. You know,
Yep, exactly.
going for it.
So one thing we mentioned at the end of last episode was how many viewers we had right at the time, and that was 238 where we left off. Let's just have a look where we are now. 383.
383.
So in 2 weeks we've had a good 150 extra followers. So that's really good. Really happy with that.
Yeah. In 2 weeks.
Yeah,
That's pretty
not bad
good.
going.
Pretty good.
So that's climbing up nicely and steadily. I think I did some rough maths on that the other day, and if we had that same amount every month for the next 11 months, bringing us to 1 year, we'd have over 4,000 followers already. So,
and that's without the momentum as well. That's like
it.
just
That's
at
just
the
at this
level we're
current
doing
rate.
now, which is very minimal, like online marketing as well.
Yep.
Really,
Yeah,
you know, that's pretty decent.
that's pretty decent.
I think so. Anyway.
So I
that's
think
pretty
it'll be a lot more
Yeah.
than that once we factor in all the other things that we're preparing to do at the moment, which we can talk about in future episodes as well. But yeah, really happy with that. Good progress. What we really wanted to talk about today in some detail was our first major milestone, our major goal, which is to hit affiliate status on Twitch, which is basically the first point you need to hit to start monetizing your channel. So this has been quite eye-opening for us, because when people think about Twitch streamers, the general consensus seems to be, oh, anyone can make money streaming on Twitch these days. Everyone seems to be doing it. But that couldn't be further from the truth.
I will add, I also believe, not that everyone could successfully make money on it, but that it was easy to get to that point. That there would be a lot. Like, I believe that there were a lot of people doing it at a successful level, at least, you know.
Yep. But
It's not the case.
It's not the case at
not
all.
the case at all.
it has really surprised me digging into this, because we thought
Yeah.
it'd be quite simple, we'd get there quite quick. But it's really not. So before we get into just how many people have done that, let's have a look at what it actually requires. So, first, reach 50 followers. Stream for 8
Done that.
hours.
Done that?
Easy. Stream on 7 different days. And reach an average of 3 viewers. That sounds so easy. It sounds so easy. But we haven't done it yet after a month. And it turns out of all of those, the only hard one has been reach an average of 3 viewers, which you wouldn't think was difficult.
We have smashed the other ones by like
10 times over.
I was gonna say by tenfold, literally by tenfold.
Yeah.
The way that it measures the average viewer is a bit weird, because there's been times where we've seen that it said one number whilst we've actively been streaming, and then the stats at the end of it say something very different. So first of all, that's a little bit confusing. Do you want to say what it's saying for us now and the reward for the 3?
Oh, yeah. So, let me just...
As in...
What, on the overall one, yeah?
Yeah, well, just that we're there but we're not. Because it's being pedantic.
That. Yes, so... there we go. On the overview, then, it says average viewers, 3.
And that's what we need, right?
That's what we need. On the achievements section, they rank all this stuff and measure it in one section on your path to reaching affiliate. It says 2.94. So one thing
Average.
says we've got it. One thing says we doesn't. We've also, just last night, reached the achievement for hitting an average 3 viewers in the last 30 days.
So
that says we've done it.
yeah.
But then overall still says 2.94.
Yeah.
So it's like it's taking a while to catch up and have all these numbers speak to each other.
Yeah.
But basically, I think we've done it.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for it to poll over today.
Yeah. So the stats on our phone, on the mobile version, say that we've done it. The reward, the achievement you get for getting average 3, we've got that. We got that yesterday. Like everything but this one page says we've done it. And so we thought maybe it would tick over at midnight, and we were, what was it? We were going to bed like 20 minutes before. We were like, we'll just stay up and wait. And then it wasn't. And then we were like, well, it must be there this morning. And it wasn't. But it was about, again, 20 minutes to midday. And we thought maybe it'll be midday that it'll do it. And it hasn't ticked over. So I do reckon some point today it will tick over an update and we will have affiliate status. But we are that one page off 2.94. So, you know, if someone would hang around for an extra 5 minutes, we would have had it.
That's it. Next couple of days for sure it will be there. So that's really promising anyway.
Yeah.
As for what will change when we get to that status, let's have a look. So, as from their website, the Twitch affiliate program unlocks tools to level up your community. You can also monetize your content on Twitch. The following tools and benefits are not available to non-monetized Twitch accounts. So, monetization tools, cheering with bits, so people can basically just donate and tip you if you're
it's like how you tip a waiter, I guess, like at the just for good service.
Paid subscriptions, so people can pay to subscribe to your channel and they'll get extra benefits for doing so. So that's a good way to make money. Ad revenue, so any ads that play on your channel, you'll get a cut of the money from. Hype chat, I'm not entirely sure what that one means yet, but I'm sure we'll find out real soon. Video tools, so they give you transcoding options and subscriber streams, so exclusive streams just for your paid subscribers. That's handy. Gives you more of a chance to build a community feel, and it's nice, isn't it? Extra reward. Subscriber only video on demands and archives, so you can save videos just for them. Increased video on demand storage from 7 days to 14 days. So after you've done a stream, it will be saved on your account for 7 days at the moment. But if you reach that status, then you can have it there for 14 days instead. So that's nice. Customizable channel points, polls, access to instant emotes. So those are fairly minor things.
That's very much like customizing engaging. It. Yeah, making it more personalized to you. I guess that's kind of like when you build like WordPress websites. Yeah. They give you like a very plain format, and then you can add like you know the logo that's yours, the banner that's yours. You know, it's just kind of building your branding. Yeah.
Cool. So that's really good. So yeah, you get a lot for doing that, and that's really the gateway to making money through it. And then that brings us to our next point, which is how many people have done that. So again, we assumed that most people would, because the gateway to doing it doesn't sound that bad.
No.
And you think most people do it. But let's have a look. According to streamcharts.com, there are currently around 15 million streamers with no status at all. So 15 million people that are not getting paid to do it. They're just doing it for fun. And only 2.1 million streamers with affiliate status. That's mad. That's like 13 to 15%.
It's insane, isn't it?
I thought it would be way higher.
I thought at least 40% of streamers would have affiliate. That was like my guess. Because you asked me like what I thought would be like the percentage. Yeah. Because what's interesting is that 15 million, is that including like active, or is that just over time everyone who has streamed once?
I think that's total altogether.
Yeah.
But it doesn't entirely
But like you
specify.
open Twitch and like, you know, there's so like you can see that there are so many.
Yeah.
So I thought like at least 40% of active people would have at least affiliate, because the next jump up from that is partner, which you can talk about more in a minute if you want. But like there are stages of monetization. It's not just like one flat like, you know, step in for everyone. So yeah, I was really surprised that it was, you know, 2 million to 15 million. Like, that's a big jump. It's really big jump. Yeah.
So that was really eye-opening when we saw that. And I dug a bit further, and apparently it takes people on average 2 to 4 months to reach affiliate, if they make it at all. And we're on 1 month, and I think we're just on the line. So I'd say we've done really well there.
Yeah. I mean, like we were saying a minute ago, all the other statistics that you need, we've absolutely smashed them. Yeah. You need 50 followers, and we've got like, what was it? 380. You know, so it's...
You need to have streamed for 8 hours. I think we've done
56.
Oh, and this is all over the last 30 days, by the way, so it's on a rolling 30-day cycle.
Yeah, I think we did like 56 in the past 30 days.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, it's like...
way above. It's just the average viewers.
Yeah,
it's surprisingly hard.
We've smashed it, but yeah, having that... And I think what damaged it is that it's been very much a learning curve. So we streamed a couple of times quite late, where it was a mix between 2 to 3 at a time, or 1 to 3 at a time, and that hurt it a lot because we were going like up every time and then it suddenly went down quite quickly. Since then, we've learnt our lesson and we don't start streaming after like, if it's already like 7:30 or 8, we go like,
That's it. It's not worth it.
Not today. But we've since then had streams which consistently have had like 6 to 8, sometimes even like 10 people in at a time, which still doesn't sound like big numbers, but in just terms of getting affiliate is really, really good. So yeah, it will happen in the next, hopefully 12, 24 hours. Exactly. It will tick over because we got that reward thing. I think reward achievement last night. Yeah, so I reckon within 24 hours of that happening, hopefully, fingers crossed.
And the other thing to keep in mind as well, average viewers sounds like quite low if we're talking in realms like 3 to 5 to 8 even. If you look at the rest of the stats for the streams we've done, then over the course of the time we've had like 50 to 100 views, and over the next few days we've often had hundreds more. So plenty of people are watching them. It's just getting them in at exactly the same time that is the tricky part. So like if you stream for 3 hours, if you only consistently have 3 people in at a time, but those 3 people can change. So even if someone comes in for just 20 minutes of that time and then they go out and another one comes in, so it's trying to like maximize how many people are in for that duration. It's hard. It's a hard balance. And then again, you don't want it to get too late because as soon as it starts dropping off, we say like, we're going to end the stream there. Call it now before it gets worse.
Once we've got affiliate, we will be able to be a bit more relaxed with that. If we're really enjoying something, it doesn't matter if there's no one watching, like it's fine. But yeah, just for now on, we're so close. We've got to be quite strict and move on.
Move on.
Yeah, very much.
So yeah, hopefully by the time we do the next episode, we'll have very good news for you. So we smashed our first major milestone.
Yeah.
Then we're going to come up with new goals. That's the thing.
Great.
Oh dear. So yeah, really, really eye-opening that's been looking into all that. So we kind of came into our biggest hurdles there. So not streaming too late at night, that's been a major factor. It's been hard because I work really erratic hours. Sometimes I'll have really early shifts, sometimes I have late shifts. And if I'm finishing work at 8:30 at night, we just can't stream now. That's the thing. Yeah. Because by the time we get home, we get everything set up and everything is 9:30 at least. And
that's
it's just
the thing
too
as
late.
well. If we start streaming at 6, we can go on until 9. It's if you start late that it's bad that we found. Because we thought, because we'd had successful evening streams, what had made them successful is that we already had people in, and so it like helped keep it going. But if you start late, that was where the damage happened.
That's it.
So
very hard to gain anyone.
So when you have a late, that's another thing of time management. When you have a late, we take that as a late. We're not doing streaming that day. We're gonna rest, relax, catch up on things, and then when you do have earlies, we'll make sure we optimize our time to do streaming on those days. So
definitely.
That's been another thing that we very much learnt that like the week after the last episode, wasn't it? Really, that week we were like, oh, better not do that. So yeah, it's very much a learning curve every day. Really, we've learned something.
Because really, it's good to stream to a set schedule and just say, hey, every day I'm going to be on after 6 o'clock or whatever. But
I can do that.
That's it. You've done a few solo streams now as well.
Yeah, I did
so
2. I've done 2. So what was the other thing I solo streamed?
You did Fae Farm and some FF14.
Was that on my own?
Yeah.
I can't remember now. I remember doing Fae Farm, and then there was another one.
Yeah, because I was at work and I was
you were at work and I was doing
the same fight every time I looked
I
up.
was doing doing Euphrazine. That was it. I remember now.
So yeah, at least we can do that as well to kind of maximise some time if I'm stuck at work late.
Put me to work.
Exactly. So yeah, that's been really good. So that's gone through that. So yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about our current setup. So in terms of like investment for setting up to get going, I'd say the main thing has been the microphones. That makes a big difference. It's always good to have good audio quality whenever you can. We've got a webcam each. We've got the Logitech 4K Brio cameras. They're really nice. Microphones, we've just got 2 of my old ones because, as I mentioned before, I'm also a bit of an audio engineer. So I just conveniently had microphones around. So we've got an AKG C1000 and an SM58. They do the job very nicely. Look at that face.
Yeah, I understand what's going on. Yeah.
So they're good. We do want to replace them with some more aesthetically pleasing green microphones that will fit our whole aesthetic and
Insert
vibe.
picture here on what they look like
Yep.
because they are beautiful, and that is the only microphone interest I have.
That's it.
They're
You'll
green.
you'll know when Twitch has paid us for the first time.
Yeah.
Because we'll have those now.
We we did say that, didn't we? Once
Yeah.
Twitch had paid us like enough to do that's what we would get.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
It's a good
thing
that
to
will
get.
like reward us.
yeah,
It'll be
it's a
satisfying.
good thing to look forward to.
So that's nice. We've got the microphones going into the Rodecaster Pro Duo, which is a wonderful little audio device that controls your streams. It's got faders to control the volume of your channels. It's got mute and solo buttons, so that if we need to, let's say, go for a quick break, we can just hit the mute buttons and nobody can hear us ranting and raving about whatever's just gone wrong. So that's really handy. We control everything through a Stream Deck, which is a small little device that just has a set of buttons on. It's all tuned to OBS, which is our streaming software. So we can use that to change between different scenes, like different camera angles or different overlays, things like that, which has been really, really helpful.
Yeah, I've
It
loved
seems
that.
like such a small change, isn't it? Because really you can just click the buttons on the computer.
Yeah.
But it makes things so much smoother and easier. It's ridiculous. Especially because we have 2 monitors at the moment. And each one has obviously got a game running on it.
Yeah.
And we play through PS5s rather than the PC itself. So we don't have our main computer feed open. So the Stream Deck is really helpful because then we don't have to switch back to the computer channel, do we?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a lifesaver, really.
Which is a point, actually. For next time, a big upgrade we might have is dual monitors. At least for you. I don't think my desk can fit dual monitor right now.
No, it'll be a tight fit, but...
But, that would be really helpful because then we
Yeah.
can have the stream stuff open on one side and still the game. Because at the moment, it's very much like we've got to switch between the two, which is included the HDMI matrix.
Yep.
That's very helpful for that. But it's still, it does take a second, so...
Definitely. But yeah, I'll talk about that as well because I love that thing. I really love that thing.
I'm glad that's why I mentioned it. I
Yeah,
love
I'm
it.
glad you brought that up.
Brilliant.
It seems again like the Stream Deck. It seems like such a silly, lazy thing to have, but it is a game
It's the thing.
changer.
Every time we've had someone come over to play games and
Yeah.
we've shown them it, they go,
What?
Like, they literally are amazed.
Yeah.
They're like, this is brilliant. Where did you get it? How much was it?
Yeah.
Can I have one?
So everyone's used to an HDMI switcher where you just click a button and it will change which feed goes to your TV. But ours is a bit more advanced than that. It's an HDMI matrix and it has 4 inputs and 2 outputs. So going into the device, we have both PlayStations, the PC, and a Nintendo Switch. So we have those 4 going into it. And then we have 2 outputs from it to both of our monitors. And what this means is that at the press of a button, I can send my PlayStation from my screen to Raven's screen. Or I can swap the PC from this one to this one. Or like right now, we can have the PC on both at the same time.
Yeah.
Just with one button. So,
Yeah, so
it's
currently-
so helpful.
Currently, the keyboard, the mouse, and the PC are not within my reach whatsoever. But I'm looking at the screen because we've got it linked to both. So we're not like far apart. Like I can, if I reach,
Hello.
I can get you.
Hello.
But like, I definitely couldn't use anything on that side.
No.
As being able to have the HDMI matrix, it means that we can both look at things on the screen at the same time, which sounds like a really simple, like trivial thing, but it's actually so bloody helpful.
It's
been
a game changer.
for
I
editing
love it.
videos, for setting things up, for like just everything. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing.
That's it. If we're ever checking at each other's work,
Yeah.
we can just have it on both screens and just sit back and
Yeah.
relax rather than being huddled in really tight.
Yeah,
trying to get a good
look
viewing
at it,
angle.
trying not to get the glare on the
Yeah,
screen.
it's
It's
so
really
helpful.
good. It's really, really good.
So highly recommend those. We can put a link to that in the chat as well. In
Yeah.
the comments at the end.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love it.
Really good. And we are open to getting another monitor, which might mean upgrading our HDMI matrix as well to a 4 output one. But
Yeah.
hey, we love gadgets. We love investing in these things, don't
Yeah.
we? So it'll be worth it.
Is there a way just to like link the 2 monitors together so it's like one feed coming through?
Probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll
That's
tackle
another
that when we
time.
get to it.
Yeah.
So that's all good. So we've tackled that. When all of this data gets to the computer, like I said, it's run through OBS. We have a list of different scenes, like I mentioned. Those have all been created through Canva, which is more Raven's department.
Yes.
So she'll create these lovely images and graphics and overlays, give them to me, and I'll upload them into our OBS feed. And then we can just use them however we want, like this overlay you're looking at now if you're watching this on YouTube. That was all created through that. and that's been a absolute lifesaver. We've got so much value out of that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane.
So, yeah, just like to briefly touch on that. I normally would use like Photoshop and Illustrator, especially Illustrator for that sort of thing. And I recently started using Canva at work like 6 months ago, after using Adobe Spark for the past 2 to 3 years. And it's not in comparison to Adobe Spark at all. It's totally in its own league. It's absolutely brilliant. And though I can do all of that in Illustrator, it's so quick in Canva. So quick, so easy, so streamlined. And we ended up buying the pro version because it changed our workflow quite quickly, didn't it? It was brilliant. So yeah, if thankfully there is a free version of Canva if you are wanting to look at design and look at starting to make stuff. You can go ahead and do that. But the pro version, it is worth it. It is brilliant. I
Paid for
absolutely love
itself
it.
in no time,
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah, easily, yeah, definitely.
Really good. Really happy with that. So that about covers it, I think. I think next time we'll go through a couple more technical specifics. I'll go through some of the major issues I've really learned from since doing this.
Yeah.
Because we've got a few.
We'll do like
really
a
good lessons there.
troubleshooting part, won't we?
Yeah, we'll get extra technical for a little chunk there and go through what we've learned and how you can not make the same mistakes we did, which is the whole point we're going for with this, really.
Yeah.
So it's already been really, really productive. So we'll go through some of that next time. Until then, let's wrap things up with a little question. What's been the highlight of your fortnight?
So, the highlight of my fortnight, which I think sounds brilliant, has been sort of like cosplay stuff, being creative in that outlet and being able to do that through stream as well. So we've got FanFest in 2 weeks' time. Will we film an episode before we go? Maybe that's the best way.
What day would that be? Yeah.
The 20th.
Yeah, it's going to fall
19th.
right on it, isn't it? It's going to be the day we're away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do an episode before we go where I would be buzzing the whole time, like, oh my god, we're going to FanFest. So yeah, my outfit for FanFest arrived, which is a Final Fantasy dancer outfit, for anyone who cares, and that arrived and it fits, most importantly, and that was brilliant. It looks lovely, it's beautiful. I absolutely over the moon with it, absolutely just stunning. So happy with it. So that was like
Perfect.
a really like good booster because I'd been stressing over my outfit because of us technically moving house almost. Like I didn't have access to all my stuff and I was, feeling bad about it because I really wanted to make an effort. So this is kind of like, soothed my my concerns.
It's a weight off your shoulders for
my
sure.
concerns a bit. So that was really, really nice. But kind of tying into that, we had the first day of October, which is Halloween day 1, in my opinion. And so we streamed that day and I looked all spooky and cute and I had really good fun doing that. It's just like it's very therapeutic to me. I think it is. Like it's like almost like I don't know. It's almost like a form of meditation.
It is, isn't it? It's cathartic.
It is, yeah. That's the word. It's really, really nice. So then we had that, and then we had Final Fantasy again. The new update for Final Fantasy 14 patch 6.5, where I dressed as Nofika, which was very much a last minute decision because I just happened to have all the stuff to do it. So we'll try and insert a picture of that if you're if you're on YouTube, like put that here. So yeah, that was lovely being able to do that. Very, again, creative and just it's a nice little like middle ground before we go to FanFest and just sort of like practice and get in the mood. Really good. And kind of related to that, I got some wonderful lashes to go with it, which sounds it sounds like a weird thing to say, that a really good part of your past 2 weeks has been to get new lashes. But I got brown and ginger eyelashes instead of just like the really like striking black ones, and I don't think I can go back now. I'm sold, absolutely sold. I love them. It just like elevated the outfit, it just made it look so much more natural and real, didn't it?
It really did.
It was good. It was brilliant. I loved it.
Even I was satisfied.
Yeah,
by
you
those.
looked at them and you were like, actually, they're really good.
Yeah,
you were
really
really
noticeably good. Really good. And what arrived in the post yesterday?
Oh, we got the merchandise pre-order for FanFest. So the reason we pre-ordered it was because we were worried by the time we got there that everything would sell out really quickly, and also we've got quite a long way to travel back with it, and we were worried about it getting all damaged and it being heavy, and there's just, after going to Comic-Con for so many years, we know the risks of buying too much and having to lug it home. So we just pre-ordered it online, and that all arrived yesterday. So we filmed a really nice little unboxing video. That's actually cute. I'm really keen to do more of them because that was really wholesome and sweet. So we've done that, and hopefully we'll make a little YouTube short of that. And we'll do a short one for TikTok, and then we'll do like a YouTube short for here. It's a little bit longer, ironically, because it's called YouTube Shorts, but whatever. So yeah, that was really nice. All the figures we got were really like high quality, really crisp, really just like way nicer really than I thought they'd be. Them. Yeah, really happy, really happy.
Really good. Love those.
What was your highlight of your fortnight?
Oh, good question. I'm glad you asked. For me, it was that the band Opeth are headlining the first night of Bloodstock Festival next year. It's a festival I absolutely love going to. It's a bit of an annual tradition. We didn't this year, and it made me really sad. But the lineup for next year is just looking incredible already. And Opeth headlining it is fantastic news for me because I've always loved that band. But I've never seen them live. They're one of those I've just somehow never got around to seeing them live. And it's a complicated one with them because they totally changed their style after their last album I loved in 2008, and they've been a bit boring for me since. I don't like their new direction at all. It's like, yeah, I'm glad they're happy and doing what they like, but it's just not for me. But the headline set they're doing at Bloodstock is going to be a fan-chosen set, so we'll get to vote for which songs we're going to want to see, which is going to be everything before 2010 when they completely changed. So I'm sure they'll squeeze in a few of those to satisfy themselves. Yeah.
I do feel a little bit sorry for them because I was looking at that post, and it's like all of their old music, like there's no one recommended new stuff. And that must be hard because like you make the music you want to make and that you enjoy, and so to have like your whole fan base go nah with your old stuff, it's like so much effort and time and love goes into making that, and so it's like, it's in a way it's really sad, but
it's been like 13 years of their career at this point that people just don't want to hear. It's really sad, really. But
like, I do get it because there's artists that I like who've like just totally done a U-turn and changed their style, and I'm like, oh, I actually like way preferred the old stuff, and I still listen to their old music, but it's just, it's kind of sad in a way. It's like, I really want to support you, but I don't like this. Like I found out about you because of this, and now you're doing that, and it's just so
but
hopefully
exactly the case with them.
Hopefully they won't take it too offensively.
No, that's it.
And they never performed live again. That was the last time like the fans could pick the set list. After that they went no.
That's it. So it's going to be extra special, I think, and I love the other headliners for that whole weekend as well. And it's always good when all of the headliners are good, because there's nothing worse than when you've got a couple of nights that's like, oh yeah, I don't really care about this one,
and
oh yeah, there's more.
That's not the only festival we're going to next year.
Oh yeah,
we're going to Fantasy Forest, which looks like summer camp, but in Lord of the Rings. It's gonna be basically epic. Yeah. So we didn't go this year, but then the tickets were almost sold out, and my friend was like, "Come on, you can go." And we've managed to kind of somehow figure out annual leave that we can go. But I am like beyond stoked for that. We like if you look at Fantasy Forest on like Instagram, look at the videos. I'm just like so excited. It looks like, the birthday party they throw for Bilbo. It's like that.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah, it's literally like that's that. It is funny. Just a big fantasy festival. Yeah. So I am.
It's gonna be
stoked.
Great.
Really hyped. Really hyped.
Lots to look forward to.
Yes.
Happy days.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time for episode 3. When we'll go into more of our mistakes and learnings from them.
Yeah, I think next time we will do mistakes that we've made and what we've learned. We could have included some of that we've said today in next times. There might be more mistakes by then, though.
So definitely be more by then.
we'll leave enough space to make errors these next 2 weeks.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
It's been a fun little chat. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Thank you.
See you later. Bye-bye.